ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to BNWYDSE episode 10. I'm Tim Sutton.
I think I say that every time when we start. I'm like, is it that episode?
It
really?
is, because only because I had to check the folders before I actually press record on this.
So you cheated.
Yeah.
Episode 10 anniversary.
Oh my god.
Been going at this for like 3 months now, and we haven't really improved that much, I don't think.
I don't know. I mean,
Got a little... I do
We're
hold out
water.
I do hold out hope that because we've been doing this so long now, maybe whenever it comes time to do the new DVD commentaries, maybe we'll be a little bit better at it than we were the first two times.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah. Which, speaking of which, we've had this whole Kickstarter thing happening since the last podcast where we actually caught our reactions to it while it was recorded. So now it's been running for about 2 weeks.
Running about 2 weeks now. Our feeling towards it are about the same. Just what is going on?
Wow.
So we have, after 2 weeks, we have reached the box set stretch goal, the printed single disc stretch goal, and the Blu-ray stretch goal. Now we've added another one that we're clawing our way towards.
We're getting pretty close now.
I think I checked and we were, at the time of this recording, a little bit over $49,000.
So we have less than 1,000 to go.
Yep.
So for $5,000, we will shoot...
50,000.
Wait, what'd I say?
5.
Oh, sorry. For $50,000, we will shoot the... some excerpts from Alex Curley's Marble Hornets, which we're really excited to do. I should have looked at how much the Kickstarter had at the time when we decided to do it and just made the stretch goal like $1 more than that. But unfortunately, that also costs money and time to do, so you need money for that.
But I'm pretty excited about that because we had the trailer in the last DVD, so I think it's only fitting. I think
You can find it on the internet.
Poorly hidden. Yeah, we finally uploaded the director's extended cut version on
literally one line.
Because
should we explain that real quick?
Sure, why not?
Sure. Okay. This is going to be a really ranty episode, I think, with the things that we've talked about that we want to say. So why not get started early?
It falls underneath everything else that we've been, the same reason that we started doing all the merch ourselves, making the DVDs ourselves. It's the same reason.
Yeah, it's because of the same reason.
For the picture of this podcast, can we just have like fire and then like in big white letters just like, we're mad. That's what this episode is. Let me tell you about some stuff.
Welcome to the special mad episode of BNWYDSE.
We mad.
But
internet.
It was I forgot what I was going to say now. Shit.
About that trailer.
Oh, yeah, that trailer. The trailer that was on the Season 2 DVD, which we're also getting slightly modified versions of, I guess.
Barely
modified versions.
We're syncing up the audio and the video for the commentary a little bit, and we're adding in that joke.
Yeah, and with the Alex Curley's Marble Hornets trailer that was just uploaded to the THAC channel not too long ago, it is the extended version that has one extra line in the very beginning where Brian says, "Are you high right now?" to Joseph, and he laughs. And for some weird reason, that was cut out of the Season 2 DVD without telling us.
Yeah, we didn't note that until we... Actually, I remember whenever I found out that it wasn't on there, and it was when someone uploaded it to YouTube, and...
Please don't do that, by the way.
Yeah. And we watched it, or I watched it, and I noticed that joke was gone, and I like commented on it, or I messaged them saying like, "Why did you cut that joke out?" And they said, "I didn't cut
joke?
I didn't cut anything." And I was like, "Wait, just a fucking minute."
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Yeah,
because it's like, yes, it was a bad joke. That was the point.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the reasoning behind cutting it, and to just on the sheer principle. The matter. It's like you don't edit other people's stuff without telling them.
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
It was done by the same person who stuck the duck quack in the season 1 blooper reel and stuff. So
don't fucking edit stuff.
Yeah.
Come on, man. maybe they just thought like, oh no, drug joke. This is adult humor that shouldn't be in here. I should take it out. I wonder if I should tell them I'm doing that. Nah. But,
this is adult humor. Disregard all of my ideas for the season 1 commentary.
Yeah. Well, they also said, that being said, like, that if they didn't want to put in these drug references or whatever, they took convincing to get on the season 2 DVD something saying the commentary has swears in it. Yeah. Just letting you know, which is on there. That took lots of convincing to get them to do. It's like, why don't you want to do that? That is a courteous thing to do.
Yep.
And speaking of warning messages, the one at the beginning of the season 1 DVD
is not ours
was
either.
also
their idea.
Done by the same party.
Yeah.
The don't copy this DVD or so yeah. That wasn't us either. So that's one reason why we're redoing those. And
it's one thing if he had come to us and say, "Hey, I don't think this joke should be in there" or whatever. We still would have disagreed and been like, "No, just
put it in. It's
put
our
it
thing."
in." But the fact that he didn't say something to us is really offensive.
I would say that is what got us to take control of the DVDs back. That was the final straw.
Yeah. So the box sets are going to have the slightly altered season 2 DVDs in them, but because that one little joke is pretty much going to be the only difference.
That's why it's on the THAC channel now.
We're basically going to that new season 2 DVD is only going to be in the new box set, and then
whenever we sell out of the
and whenever but the standalone ones are still going to be like the old ones that we have, because those are
we have
virtually the same.
1,000
and once those are all gone, if we ever have to get them reprinted, then we'll just do the new ones after that.
Yeah.
So clear up any confusion with that.
Don't feel like you have to buy the box set because you're afraid your season 2 is outdated.
Yeah, it's not. It's gonna be the same.
The one content change is available on YouTube. So.
And the commentary will be slightly synced more, but it's fine the way it is now, too.
Yeah, it'll be the same. It'll just be not a minute off by the end.
No, it wasn't a minute off. It was just maybe a couple seconds
just
off.
Enough to be annoying to us and probably not anybody else.
It's just being nitpicky. It's a thing where, like, well, we're going to get these reprinted for the box set anyways, or anything we want to tweak about it, and that's like the only thing we could think of. Everything else was fine.
That brings me to another thing. Since we had people ask us about it, and we've been discussing this, about having the box set sleeves by themselves on the THAC store for for people who already own season 1 and 2 and just want to get season 3 and then have a box set sleeve in there.
Yeah.
And we're currently looking into doing that, and it looks like we're pretty much just going to have separate ones printed, because what's going to happen is that in the box set, when you get all 3 of them together, seasons 1 and 2 are only going to be 1 disc each. And that's not because there's going to be any less content. In fact, in the case of season 1, there's going to be more. It's just the fact that they're being put on a dual layer DVD, which has twice as much space.
Instead of 2 single layer DVDs, it's 1 dual layer DVD.
Yeah. So for the standalone sleeves, those are going to be a different size from the ones that are going to be on the self-contained box set, because the ones that you buy by themselves are going to be the size of all 3 of the 2-disc sets together. So to clear up any confusion on that, if you get the standalone box set sleeve, it is only really going to fit properly the 2-disc versions of all 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And we will put in big red font on
we'll make it flash.
store.
Yeah. So that's, man, this stuff is complicated.
It is. There's so many details.
Yeah.
We're not even shipping anything yet. That's going to be the really fun part.
June is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Because we're going to conventions and we're going to have to be shipping things.
Yep.
And whew, man, it's going to be fun. I think we should probably get some help on that from someone. Doing it ourselves is going to be scary.
We can hold out. I think they believe in us. I hope. They gave us money, so I think they do.
Just be like, hey everyone, send your resumes to us for this maybe 2 weeks of shipping work, and also move down to Alabama to help us do this, and then leave.
Get out.
You can sleep on my couch.
No, that's actually included in the $1,500 price tier. We just didn't tell them that, like the locations tour.
Yeah,
it's like you tour the locations, but then you have to come back here and help us package things.
Yeah. Like, we're going to drive you, so you literally cannot leave until you help us enough.
We just keep driving in circles with a bunch of boxes in the back seat. It's like, we'll pull over when all of these are sealed.
What? You have to go to the bathroom. That's why the extra box is back there.
Yeah. That could be in your car then.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, and speaking of DVDs and stuff, you've been investigating captions recently, haven't you?
We, some of you that have followed like our Twitters in the past might have noticed that we started doing subtitles for the YouTube stuff, and that is a very time-consuming and tedious thing. And that's that says a lot from me because I love tedium.
Everything makes so much sense with you now.
I played a lot of MMOs, so...
MMOs, and then, I mean, how many times have you beaten 2048 now? And,
yeah, I still play it.
What was it? I don't know, what was the one before that, like Candy Crush and all that kind of stuff? Or
Flow.
That's the one.
Yeah.
You got me hooked on that one for a while, but anyway, tedium and captions and things.
But I don't mind doing it, it's just that it takes so much time, and we have to, put together the new season 1. We got to put together the season 3. We got to record commentary for both of those and all this stuff. And then we would have to do captioning for the commentary as well, because that's something we would want to do too, since the whole idea is for, people that can't hear as well can actually enjoy it. As much enjoyment as you can get out of hearing us talk. So we put out some feelers to these captioning agencies to see what we do, and we kind of talked about, okay, based on how much time it would take us to do it, how much are we willing to pay and everything. We're like, a few $1,000s, I think that would be a worthwhile investment.
Yeah.
So I got back from a couple of people, and I was gonna. Darn, I shouldn't have told you guys. We could have played a game. Guess what the quote was?
Let's not say the actual number. Yeah. Just say it was a lot.
It was outrageous.
It was multitudes higher.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that would be the proper word, because it wasn't actually like 3,000 times 3,000.
Yeah.
So it was much more expensive, or that would be exponential. So it could be multitudes.
Yeah.
It could be
a
single digit number.
It was a lot more.
Yes, numbers.
Yeah.
So that's going to just add to our workload in June. We're going to be subtitling all of those. Luckily, we have great fans that have actually transcripted almost all of the entries already, so we can go through, we can make sure everything is accurate, because I have looked through some, and you guys, I don't know, maybe we mumble more than I thought we did.
We probably do. I bet it's the slight southern accents. Whenever we slip into those, it's just like completely intelligible.
Apparently, southern accents are really hard for non-southern people to understand. I never really...
Because they're so much slower than how most people talk.
Just growing up here,
if we were from up north, this podcast would probably only be like 20 minutes.
So we get to do that and do the commentary and everything. I was adding up when I was doing the quotes. I got a call and they were asking for some more information, and I realized we have almost 9 hours worth of content to do, and it takes some of the estimates I was saying for people that actually know what they're doing. 5 to 6 hours per hour. So adds up real quick, and you have to do the subtitles, so that's 90 hours for a professional to work. So,
because that's the thing with the subtitles, is that it's not just the transcript itself, because even if you were able to copy and paste all of that, it's all of the time coding stuff that you have to do too, and that probably takes even longer, I would say, wouldn't it? And
you have to add sound effects.
And it's not like YouTube has them one way, but then if you want to do like an actual like .srt file for a video, then that probably has a different format. I know you've worked with them more than I have, so it's all kinds of different stuff.
If you do it on YouTube, there is a way to not have to do it twice. You can download the file that you put onto it. You can put that onto a DVD, but it's weird technical stuff that you have to make sure you do. But it's pretty straightforward. I don't think we're gonna have to do it twice. I really hope we don't have to do it twice.
So that's something we've been looking into, and something we've discussed internally before is getting some translation subtitles for the YouTube things. I don't know that those would make it onto the DVD. Just off the top of my head, we haven't really discussed
just because that would be very time consuming also for other people.
Because you have to, we are not bilingual, any of us. So
we just have to take your word for it. And then
we'd have to outsource it, and we'd have to trust you.
And then, and also with the whole time coding thing, because we're not bilingual, we'd essentially have to just kind of do our best guess as to whether that's what they're saying on screen at that particular time or not. It's just like, I think this is what they're supposed to be saying. I don't know.
You know what we should do though is we should have a special edition commentary track that is done in the same fashion as Star Wars: The Third Gather's Backstroke of the West, where you translate it to the words, isn't it? You translate it to Chinese, then you literally translate it back. So it's all really awful translations. We should do that.
Or just get the transcript of the Google auto captions and put those in there. Because what was the thing I found whenever I saw it was entry 59, whenever Tim shouts down Jay in the parking lot, it was something like, Tim talks about Jay's rescue boat or something like that.
I think you said, what, you can just get on my rescue boat, it's fine?
Yeah. I think my favorite auto captioning from Google was, it was a clip from, I think it was Spider-Man 2, and there's just a screenshot floating around of Peter Parker standing there, and underneath it just says, sometimes it pizza, sometimes pizza, sometimes pizza. So I think that could be an alternate subtitle track where all it says is just sometimes pizza over and over again. Tim punches Jay in the face, it's just saying, sometimes pizza!
If we could do like some hidden commentary tracks where we actually do spoken word that. Let's just reshoot all of Marble Hornets.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah. But on the exact the same time frame, so it's 5 more years.
I really that. Google, if you're listening to this, never get rid of auto captioning.
Never.
Never get rid of it, please.
Don't improve it. Don't do anything.
It's perfect.
Keep it exactly as it is right now. It can't get any better. It's all downhill from here.
Sometimes pizza. Oh man, I saw some few things on like Tumblr of people doing the auto captioning for the last entry we posted.
I posted one of them on my own because I thought it was hilarious.
Which one was it?
I don't remember. It might have been 59. It might have been one of the other ones. I can't remember what it was. It was just really strange.
There was I saw one that was from this last one we did, and spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, I guess.
Turn this off and watch it.
Although we're really flattered you're listening to this rather than watching the thing we're known for.
You're our best friends.
Or just turn this off and do something else, whatever.
There was it's just a screenshot of you with the
you being me,
the accelerant, and you're pouring. It's when you're in the hallway and you're pouring on the floor, and it just says "hot" under it. So someone just goes like, "Wow, foreshadowing."
Nice.
I don't even think you were saying anything. Then it just says "hot."
Well, see, they even have the best part is that there's even that box on the bottom that I didn't notice until like a month ago, but it has like the transcript box where you can do the whole, like, copy the whole thing. Like, it's all transcribed, too. Like, the auto captions and everything. You just sit there and read it.
It's poetry.
Yeah. We could do spoken word versions. We could do some slam poetry.
That could be...
Slam poetry Marble Hornets.
No.
With Google captions.
No. For our next convention, one of our panels could be, like, a reenactment of an entry, but using the Google transcripts instead.
That. You know what we should do? It should be entry 52 when Alex has the gun pointed at me and Jessica. You can be Jessica.
Yes.
I like it. Let's do that.
The dramatic reenactment.
I will. I'll send some emails after this.
Yeah,
we'll do it. We
should do if just in case the Google auto captions don't work, we should do the Backstroke of the West version of Marble Hornets 2. And then have one that is Spider-Man auto caption version, which is sometimes pizza, sometimes pizza. Last time in the last podcast they were there for us to reach our Kickstarter goal. This time they're here for the birth of the greatest idea we've ever had.
Well, arguably the greatest and the worst at the same time.
I think it's the best.
Oh, let's see. What do you have written down? Well, before we started recording, Joseph was speaking a little bit about something he had white hot opinions about. I guess it's current events. You want to?
It's not really current event. Well, I guess it's internet news.
It's current in that it recently happened.
We're done with THAC news now. By the way, we're switching.
Is there anything else we're gonna say?
I can't.
I don't know.
It seems like it's just been nothing but Kickstarter lately.
I want to talk about the entry, but we'll save it for commentary because it'll be fun to talk about.
Although the only thing I will say is like just the one question that I keep getting asked since it happened. You know what question it is because you probably asked it.
No,
and my answer is going to be, what do you think? What do you think we did?
Well,
do you really think we did that?
I have a question for you. I know I was there and everything, but I was kind of half asleep. Did we actually burn a house down?
No.
Oh. Huh. That's weird. I remember that happening.
Because I feel, I think a wise choice in a zero-budget web series like this would be to burn down
the house
an actual house in which we live. Yes, we actually burned our house down. Other than that, I can't really think of any other THAC news other than just, plugging along, still, working on the next thing, obviously.
thanks again for all the stuff.
Next time we record a podcast, it's going to be the home stretch of the Kickstarter. It's going to be like the last 3 days or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we should really be plugging it hard, I guess.
We should do a...
Except that it will get posted after it's over.
Oh, yeah.
We should do like a what's it called? Telethon?
We can do a preemptive retrospective, like talking about how great it was before it's actually over.
And then like this horrible thing happens where we get none of the money or something.
Yeah. Yep. So Joseph, I hear you were annoyed about an internet fella.
Yeah, I guess we're just jumping right into this. So
might as well. I mean, you started talking about this right before we started recording, and I just said save it.
Okay. Well, in keeping with apparently our theme for this
internet mad.
Let me preface everything I'm about to say with... Actually, I'm basically going to be doing the exact same thing he did, which is... No, for real, I like the guy. Is the oatmeal. I like the oatmeal.
What are you talking about for me? The same thing
Not you.
You pointed at me. You said he said.
I was talking to you.
Oh, okay. I was like, what did I say? Okay, sorry, continue.
Anyway, so... the oatmeal came out recently with this review, it done, very obviously in his style.
His hyperbole.
Yeah, of the Tesla cars. Because he's owned one for a year and everything. And I will say that in the review, he did a good job, and it made me really wish I wasn't poor as shit, because I would love to have a Tesla.
Yeah, so would I.
That'd be really cool. But
Teslas being the fully electric cars.
Yes.
Not the high... Okay.
Yes. And so, towards the end, it got a little preachy. He did a lot of the whole, when talking about, the fire that happened and everything, a lot of never mind the facts kind of thing that everyone always does when they get really defensive of something. Never mind the fact that this thing happens with other things.
Sorry, back up for just a second. What's the fire thing that happened?
One of the cars caught on fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. After slamming into a wall at like 110 miles an hour.
Weird.
But the driver walked out unscathed.
Huh.
But, he did a whole lot of, like, never mind the facts, which kind of grates on me, because I'm like, you can present your argument without sounding so confrontational. But that's me.
You're not a confrontational guy at all.
Nope. I try to be diplomatic.
Okay.
I'm just not afraid to be diplomatic. Angrily diplomatic.
I'm furiously diplomatic.
Okay. So... I feel like that was a little, and his whole style is being super hyperbolic.
Yeah.
So hyperbolic. I think the emphasis was right there. Yeah, when I said that, I thought of hyperbolic time chamber from BBC.
Sorry, I was thinking about anime.
But I digress. So, the review portion was fine. And then I saw he had a part 2. And I was like, okay, well, let's read this.
I forgot to say things about my car the first time.
So the part 2 was talking about Tesla himself and how, it's not, the company is not actually affiliated with the man other than they use some of his patents.
Yeah.
He talked about a Kickstarter that he had done where...
Matthew Inman, the Oatmeal guy.
Yes, the Oatmeal had done about saving the property that Tesla's workshop was on because it was going to be repurposed. And they raised $1.3 million. They saved the land. And the whole idea is they wanted to create it into a museum. And they got, estimates and stuff. And they think the baseline for opening, staffing, everything for the museum is $8 million. And he was like, we're not going to do crowdfunding because we already played that hand. And, we got $1.3 million. And here's where it started to rub me the wrong way. Is because he started singling out Elon Musk, who is head honcho kind of guy with SpaceX, was PayPal big shot.
I think he was the founder of PayPal.
Yeah.
And I think co-founder, but yeah, he might have been outright founder.
Was he was either co-founder, was he also a co-founder of eBay, or did PayPal just buy eBay?
I don't think he was eBay.
Was it the other way around?
I don't remember.
I'll
check. Keep talking.
And,
I'll look up the facts.
His most recent venture is Tesla. And, great guy. He actually donated to the original Kickstarter. So the Oatmeal approaches him via webcomic to get him to donate to this cause. But he wasn't saying donate to this cause. He was saying, give us $8 million.
How could you not donate to this cause?
And he wasn't being overtly confrontational about it. But the problems I have with it is he's throwing out all the net worth numbers of this guy, which, is public knowledge. It's out there in like Forbes and all that stuff. Yeah. But, he's really pointing it out, and he's like, I know a lot of his funds are probably tied up in these ventures and everything, but he did just spend $1 million for the James Bond submarine car, which is like $1 million toy.
Which, whatever, it's his fucking money. He can do what he wants with it.
But it's like that kind of shaming, like, you did this.
Money shaming.
Why?
How dare you be rich for being successful at so many things?
Yeah. Why don't you, give us $8 million for this thing that shares the name with what you're making money off of? And the Oatmeal even had a letter from the last living relative of Tesla that met him in person, who has an amazing last name, Turbo. William Turbo.
Terbo.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it was like a note there just saying like, please help us out and everything. It's like there was this thin veil of being nice, but underneath it seems like, there's a huge ulterior motive. And I don't blame the Oatmeal for doing this. I just don't agree with it because he did two things. One, he stacked the deck in his favor because he just essentially put forward a lose-lose-lose situation for Elon Musk. If Elon Musk ignores it, everyone is like, he's ignoring us. If he says no, everyone's like, how could he say no? He's making money off of the Tesla name and projects. And if he says yes, he just spent $8 million. Now, in his defense, he did respond to the Oatmeal on Twitter and said, I'd be glad to help. I don't know what that means. Nobody does except for Elon Musk.
Because he's actually being diplomatic in a subtle kind of way.
So, he might be doing a trust. He might be giving $8 million. And, if he wants to, that's fine. The point of it being, Elon Musk is a philanthropic guy. Why didn't you go to him privately?
Instead of trying to strong-arm him publicly like that.
Like, the Oatmeal is a very popular comic. And he ran a Kickstarter that Elon Musk donated to, and that's another thing I don't like. He outed how much Elon Musk donated. It was $2,500, which I don't know if that was public or not.
You know what? That's kind of like doing, to relate it to ourselves a little bit. Yeah. It's like saying any of the people who donated, $100 or more to our Kickstarter, that we were like, you know what? We really want to make captions. Why don't you donate more? Yeah. How come you don't make this happen? Yeah. What's wrong with you? Exactly. Yeah. Or like the people that spent the $1,500 to come visit. It's great they did that, and then all of a sudden, what if we sent them a message being like, we think we really want to make captions. Why don't you make that happen?
Yeah, we think you're bad unless you give more than that.
And then we publicly said that.
Yeah.
Like we put something on the THAC channel saying, a note to all the $1,500 subscribers or the $1,500 pledgers. Why don't you give us money because you obviously have money to spend?
So with
back to that.
The $2,500, I could be totally off base. Maybe that was public knowledge. Maybe Elon Musk even came out and said, I gave $2,500. But if he didn't, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, if he didn't, that information's only accessible by the person who has the account.
You can see that they donated.
You can't see how much.
You can't see how much. And that's not Kickstarter either. He did an Indiegogo.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where the only reason you would include that $2,500 number is because you know that everyone is going to say that is a low number for how much this guy is worth.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with him wanting to raise this money. I think it's a great thing. I think Tesla is really cool. I'm as much of a nerd as anybody else about it. And I would love for there to be a museum. If I'm ever in the area, maybe I get to visit if it gets made. But my thing is, why did you do it publicly? And that's what the second point I was going to make about what this does is it was a big fucking masturbation demo by the Oatmeal because he got everyone to see, oh yeah, let me show you how much money I'm raising, guys. I'm gonna make this fucking museum. I'm gonna make this fucking museum.
I'm gonna museum so hard.
I love Tesla.
Give me $8 million.
Yeah. So,
I feel like I need a cigarette.
So for all the good that it's doing and everything, it just feels very disingenuous to me. And maybe I'm getting internet mad over nothing. Maybe there are people that we're the only three people that feel that way. I don't know. But
I don't know. Yeah. I feel like the thing I said about asking the people that donated a large amount of money to us for more is kind of the same thing.
I do think that expecting subtlety out of the guy who does the Oatmeal is kind of a tall order anyway. So
fair enough.
That guy looks nothing like you expected him to look, by the way.
And again, I like the Oatmeal, and this I wasn't like frothing at the mouth over this. I thought while reading it, I was like, there's a better way to do this.
I mean, you could have just straight, like you said, like he raised $1.3 million for this museum. Why couldn't he?
You're on Elon Musk's radar.
Have your people contact his people, or just fucking tweet at him, apparently.
Well, the thing is, like, this would have had a better outcome if he had done it that way too. He would have made himself look better. He would have made himself look more professional, and he would have made Elon Musk look better too. Yeah. Like, if he went there behind closed doors at first.
Yeah, why make the comic about please give us money instead of going to him privately, getting the money with however, if Elon Musk wanted to give him money, and then make a comic celebrating.
Yeah, like, look how cool Elon Musk is. I went to him, we talked, this thing is going to happen now. Isn't he a great guy? That makes Elon Musk look good. It makes Matthew Inman look good. Like, why don't you do it that way? Why? Oh, by the way, I said I was going to look it up. Elon Musk is early investor in SpaceX and PayPal.
Yeah.
Guy knows what's up.
PayPal, Tesla, and Zip2. I don't know what that is. And is widely considered a co-founder of each. So eBay is not in on that. That's an awful signature, by the way. Look at that. That's worse. That's worse than our signatures.
Yeah, but it's worth more.
Yeah, that's true. He is worth $12 billion. That's his net worth. Yeah. That is a lot of dollars. But still, that's money he made, and he doesn't have to give it to anyone.
One of his fingernail clippings is worth more than my entire life.
Yep.
Probably.
Basically.
You know what we should do to get these captions happening?
We should guilt trip some people.
We should guilt trip Elon Musk into paying for it. We're like, do you obviously have all this money? If you chip some paint off of that if you chip some paint off of that James Bond car you bought with $1 million that you have, you could the amount of money that it takes to repaint that, you could pay for our captions. Why don't you do that instead? Yeah.
Let's blackmail the president.
Let's steal the Declaration of Independence.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my internet mad for now.
This has been Joseph's Angry Internet Corner.
You guys got louder than I did.
Let's see.
Well, I'm being hyperbolic. I find it very appropriate.
Yep.
What do you have to get internet mad about?
Let's don't we have some emails?
We do. I was just trying to think of if we could get all the internet mad out of the way.
Well, we have an email about internet mad.
Yeah.
Let's go to that one. So that's a segue right there.
Let's go ahead and get all the mad out of our systems.
Okay.
I like being a happy person.
But what if we get stuck as mad and we're internet mad all the time?
I hope not. I don't want to be one of those.
What if
I feel like that's already happened?
What if I can't video game without getting mad?
I really don't. I feel like the internet has plenty of angry on purpose people now.
Yeah.
I wanted to get internet mad about Godzilla, but I'm not allowed because Troy hasn't seen it yet, so maybe next time.
Yeah.
It's okay. After we both seen it and we completely disagree with you, we'll
okay.
We'll vote.
That works.
We'll vote to see how you feel.
Okay. So our first email question, continuing the internet mad train, Jacob asks, I remember hearing on Facebook that Troy has a burning hatred for Bobcat Goldthwait's movie, God Bless America. I too hate this movie, and I was wondering if Troy wouldn't mind ripping it apart for the amusement of the other people who saw this piece of garbage.
I don't want to rip it apart. That makes me sound way smarter than I really am, but yes, I agree with you. That movie is a piece of shit. That movie is awful. Before we started this, I showed Joseph, and I guess Tim, I guess you hadn't seen the trailer.
I already seen the trailer, so I already knew what to expect.
I showed Joseph.
Doesn't make it any better.
Joseph and Tim have not seen it. I have seen it. I showed Joseph the trailer for it, and I was like, would you want to see this movie, or whatever? Yeah. And you said what? After just seeing the trailer.
I said, God, no.
That's a piece of shit.
That is a shit movie.
That is just, I don't know, disclaimer, I have never seen another Bobcat Goldthwait movie. I think his stand-up, when he did stand-up, was okay.
You're talking about directed movie. You've seen Police Academy, right?
Wait, was he in Police Academy?
Yeah.
Huh. I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Okay.
I the only guy from Police Academy I remember is the sound effects guy.
Right.
Because, I wanted to see World's Greatest Dad for a long time.
Right, I haven't seen that.
But after seeing the trailer for that, I don't really want to see that one either, and I've heard that one's actually kind of good.
Well, people have also said that God Bless America is pretty good. I don't see how.
Why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about what this movie is about?
This movie is a dangerous movie. This is a dangerously bad movie, and I don't want that to be misconstrued in a way of saying, I'm a concerned parent or something. This is you can't read Catcher in the Rye. It's a dangerous novel. That's not what I'm saying. It is a dangerously bad movie. The basic concept of it is, I don't remember when it was released. Was it 2010 or something?
I think it was more recent than that. Yeah,
12. Okay, it's on Netflix if you want to watch it for some reason. Let me just tell you what it's about first. It is about a dude who, stop me if you've heard this before, is an old guy. or middle-aged guy who doesn't like the media these days, doesn't like all these reality shows, doesn't like all these reality shows coming out.
You're saying he feels like the world is going down the tubes?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He also has cancer.
Whoa.
He's going to die.
Ugh.
So he has nothing left to lose.
Whoa.
He has nothing left to lose.
Surely he'll be our own suburban Batman.
So he decides, you know what I'm going to do? I saw this TV show one time about these bratty 16-year-olds or whatever that got angry when they didn't get the right car for their birthday. Basically saying what was that, My Super Sweet 16 show on MTV? Basically that. It was the stand-in for that. So he decides...
It was the same scene. Like, it was a reshot scene of something that actually happened in a reality show. Like,
was it really?
Yeah. Like, he didn't even come up with that. That was just something that he ripped straight off of TV.
Oh, well, okay. So he decides, like any normal person, I'm going to kill that 16-year-old teenager.
I'm going to kill a child.
I'm going to kill a child.
Because I'm bitter and old.
I'm going to shoot a kid in the head with a gun and kill them. And then he does that!
And in the trailer... Correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like he's handcuffing her into the car.
Yep.
So she can't get away.
Then he shoots her in the head. In front of her school, after she's leaving school. And then that is celebrated. That the rest of the movie is him going, I feel great.
I'm going to kill more people
people that annoy me.
In the trailer, I remember seeing he killed a guy for double parking.
Yep. He kills a guy for using his cell phone in the movie theater. He kills more teenagers for annoying him in the movie theater. Like, he kills teenagers that were, like, making fun of him or something in the movie theater. He kills them, and then there's a guy that instead of running is shooting it with his phone, because you know how those kids are with their phones these days. Like,
so he basically just took Dennis Leary's I'm an Asshole song, which is also garbage, by the way, and just decided to make a movie out of it. Like,
yeah, it is a dangerous movie. Yeah. Like, it is celebrating mass shootings. Like, it is saying, you know what you should do if people annoy you? You should literally kill them. You should murder them.
And, you
should go on a shooting spree in a movie theater. Never mind the fact that actually happens in real life.
I do have a question. If we're going to, like, honestly critique this movie, in which I know is a stretch.
I just don't like it.
I know. So, normally when you have something that is this over the top, that's the point. Mm-hmm. And that the point is,
satire.
Yeah. And so at any point in the movie, do they say, this guy is crazy?
Sort of. It's like...
Is he ever portrayed as a villain?
Kind of. I mean, it's like...
But not in a falling down kind of way.
No, I was going to say, when I said that, I was about to get to that, there's someone that I think that liked God Bless America, which is okay. That's fine if you like it. If you want to
like something, I don't fucking care.
If you like something I don't like, I'm not going to kill you over it. I'm not going to murder you. That is what this movie is saying. The movie is saying, but you know what? You should do that. The world will be a better place. And like, it's fine if you like it. Whatever. You can like whatever you want. I don't care. I'll like whatever I want. I'll dislike whatever I want. That's fine too. It's a free country.
It's a free internet.
God bless America.
God bless the internet.
And someone had a comeback at me, not really a comeback, but a strongly a rebuttal saying, but you said you like falling down. Is that not the same thing? And it is not. It is not the same thing at all, because Michael Douglas in that movie is shown as a crazy person.
Yeah.
He is a crazy person, and he doesn't kill people who annoy him. He kills people
Does he kill children?
He kills no one that doesn't attack him first. He injures people that don't attack him first. Like, he does get angry at
I've never seen either movie.
He fantasizes about shooting up the McDonald's, but then he doesn't actually do it, right?
He doesn't fantasize about it at all. He almost does. Like, this is later in the movie that he's really, really angry at everything. But, like, there's one part he goes to a convenience store and he thinks something costs too much, so he has an angry outburst with a bat and, like, hits things before he leaves and then takes the Coke he was going to buy. But that, he doesn't kill anyone. He doesn't kill anyone over that, and he's shown as being a very mentally ill person.
Yeah.
The guy in God Bless America is shown as a hero. He is shown as, like, there's a girl that goes to that school.
An anti-hero, almost.
In fact, that was the whole point of Falling Down, was that at first it sets him up as the protagonist until it's like, oh, he's actually not.
Yeah, it's shown as, like, when it goes to another perspective of a cop following him, from this perspective is saying, this guy's fucking crazy.
Arguably the only good movie Joel Schumacher's ever made.
Yeah, I would say that. So, like, he is shown as a crazy person, he's going crazy because he misses his daughter and stuff like that. The guy in God Bless America is angry because he doesn't like television. He doesn't like watching TV anymore, and it makes him mad. And he's going to die.
Flip off the damn TV.
Yeah,
turn it off. Read a damn book.
I feel like I'm not communicating this enough, but this is a bad movie.
Essentially, what we're saying is this is why old people need hobbies.
Yeah.
Don't let them just sit and watch TV. It corrupts their brains.
I mean, I'm not...
That's why grandmas have to knit, because otherwise they go on fucking shooting sprees and destroy, like, an entire town. Like, just an army of grandmas. That's why they have to knit.
Did that movie make money?
I have no idea.
I hope not.
Because,
I really don't know.
like, I can't think...
But whether it made money or not, someone... financed it. Yeah. Someone read that script and went, I'll throw millions of dollars at that.
That's what the point I was going to make is, like, someone out there, I don't know, maybe Bobcat Goldthwait
maybe he
did it out of money. But made out of my own money. But made it with his own money. But someone thought that was a marketable idea.
It was released by Magnet, too, I think. Which are the same people that released, like, the Tim and Eric movie and stuff.
Or, didn't they? No, that was Rogue. I think I was going to say Shaun of the Dead.
2000. It's 2011. It was
11. Split the difference.
It says it is a dark comedy film. I wouldn't even call it a comedy. Yeah. Like, it is just straight up murder fantasy. Is that what it is?
$100,000 at the box office.
$122,000 at the box office. It does not say budget.
It must have been a limited release.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, but it is on.
Can't imagine why. Not one distributor saw that and said, yeah, I'll take that. I'll bid on that.
It was released on demand.
It's a 2011 dark comedy film that combines elements of political satire with black humor. There's no political satire in it. As far as I remember, there's no political satire in it. But the thing, if you watch it, the moment that you realize what you're getting yourself into is before he starts killing everyone, which is fairly soon, like, everyone's a caricature in it, too. Like, everyone is really over the top.
He's the only normal person.
Yeah, that's like, oh, I'm the only normal guy here. Everyone's looking at their phones. Why does anyone look up when they're walking, see the beautiful sky that they've seen a million times before already?
I fucking hate these people!
I should kill them! There's a part where a guy's talking about, like, oh, did you see American Idol stand in last night in his office in his dead-end job that he doesn't like? And the guy is like, no, I didn't watch it because it's garbage. And the guy is like, whatever, man, you must be some kind of old shithead or whatever. Like, he says something over the top angry at him.
Yeah.
At the main character guy. And then the camera just goes into his face, into this guy's face, and he goes on this long monologue, like, no one likes taking walks in the park anymore. No one likes doing this anymore. Like, TV used to mean something. We used to have politicians that... It goes on.
Goldthwait's mouthpiece.
Yeah, it goes on for like 5 minutes. Does not change camera angles or anything. It just slowly zooms into his face while he's doing that. And after he says it, it's cut back to the guy. Guess what he's doing?
Playing on his phone.
Off.
He's not listening or anything because he's America. You know, it's just like, it's lazy.
You know
it's
what it
really
sounds
lazy.
like? It sounds like what would have happened if Fight Club was written by Chuck Palahniuk's dad.
That's pretty close, actually. It's like someone saw the movie Falling Down and completely missed the point.
Yeah.
Maybe someone can say we completely missed the point of this movie, but I don't know. Maybe it's over my head, but it was just lazy. It's lazy murder fantasy is what it is. Like, it's not even clever in the way it happens. It's like, oh, that guy's doing something I don't like. I should kill him. And then he does.
Completely ham-fisted.
Yeah, it's low effort, lazy...
Garbage.
Don't watch it, but if you do watch it, let me know if you like it, because I think I'm going
send
crazy.
Send your reactions to God Bless America to podcast at THAC.tv.
I mean, I fully expect someone to send me an essay on why I'm wrong, which is fine. That's fine. I'm
not sure that anyone really is that passionate about this movie.
Maybe. I don't know.
Bobcat Goldthwait listens and tells you why you're wrong.
He goes, hey, man, I don't agree with that at all.
Like, honestly, before you showed me the trailer, I was like, you know, I haven't seen a lot of good old Bobby Cake.
Bobby Cake?
Yeah, Bobby, I don't know.
Other than when he was on that episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that. I mean, no.
He was the Sandman. He had the goatee, and you were in the...
Oh, yeah!
Do some shit with sand or something. I don't fucking remember.
No, I remember
that show was
from
weird.
The Police Academy movies.
Police Academy Momo.
Like, on my Pandora, I have a stand-up channel, and he comes on every once in a while and he tells a joke where it's pretty self-depreciating, and I'm a fan of that kind of humor. So I had this positive kind of impression of him until I saw that trailer, and I'm like, no.
No thanks.
No, I'm good.
Although I did really like the episode of the Larry Sanders Show that he was on where he sets Larry's couch on fire on live TV. That's a good show. I miss that show.
I was going to get it, or I was going to get into it, and I think the day after I bought my Netflix subscription was when they took it off.
Sounds about right. Thanks, Netflix.
Yeah. That's okay. At least
Fuck
we
you
have...
for providing this service to me.
Yeah, I'm angry. I should kill you.
Let's get internet mad about, Netflix is upping their streaming price.
Time to go on a shooting rampage.
Yep.
Better kill everybody.
Yep. Better shoot
FBI,
teenagers.
that is a joke.
That's a
Not actually going to do that.
Promise we're not going to do that. Swear. You should. Someone should.
The more you deny it, though, the more it sounds like.
I know.
Yeah. You're just like, no, I didn't mean that. I was gonna. I swear.
But it's like saying that in movie form is God Bless America.
Yeah.
It's like saying, man, I wish I could do this, but don't worry, I'm not. But if I did, it would go exactly like this, and it would be awesome.
It's like our fantasies about quitting Applebee's back in the day.
I didn't want to shoot the place up. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, not our fantasies weren't violent, but they were over the top.
They were over the like.
It involved fecal matter.
No, the one that I suggested was getting one of those big bags of ranch, throwing it down on the big round table and jumping on it around all the people. It just goes. So
and then you just keep
everywhere.
sort of like flopping around.
And then no, you cover yourself in it, and then you run and jump into walls, so it leaves your print. It leaves your print and ranch.
So you say that, but there's got to be at least one person in that Applebee's that would just lick it off.
Probably. I don't know.
Is that the only ranch we have? Yeah.
We'd have to order more. I guess we're gonna use this then.
Scrape it off the wall.
Yeah.
And by God, if you don't get it all, I will climb into a dumpster and
that,
get
or
more
they turn
bags
it.
for you.
They just turn it into a gimmick to make the customers clean it up and just be like, get your own ranch wall, and you have to like scrape the ranch off the wall onto your whatever you want to eat.
I'm gonna go ahead.
You have to DIY ranch.
I'm gonna go ahead and write this idea down for Thacklebees in the future.
That's a good idea.
Call back.
Have like a chalk outline where you can constantly just keep reapplying.
No, you have like a stamp sponge. You have a stamp sponge that's full of ranch.
The ranch stamp.
Yeah.
There aren't many things that smell worse than ranch that's going bad.
I don't think I've ever
Ranch
smelled that.
that's gone bad.
Well, yeah.
or is on the way out.
It turns green.
Yeah, I know it turns green. I've never smelled it though.
It's pretty bad.
I bet it's not very good.
It smells exactly like you think it does. Whatever it is.
I'm thinking about that
That's
now.
right.
It's bad.
Whoever's listening to this, whatever you think it smells like, whatever it is, that's right.
That smells pretty bad.
Someone's gonna email like, I think it smells like strawberries.
And I'm
fuck you in advance.
It's like, no, you're wrong. You didn't think of that.
Anyway, I'm not a very angry person, but that's my opinion on that movie, and it is only an opinion. It's fine if you like it.
No,
just
fuck
know,
that.
Just know
that movie
that
sucks.
Just know that you like a dangerously bad movie. In my eyes.
So are we done being internet mad, or do we have anything else?
Do you have anything you want to get internet mad about, Tim?
Not that he can yet.
I think that's the only thing I want to get internet mad about. I'm not allowed to yet.
I'll tell you what, we'll have an hour and a half of us just arguing you down about Godzilla.
Maybe we'll hate it too. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Spoiler.
I don't know. I really like monsters.
Spoiler, Tim didn't like it. We'll talk about it.
I really like monsters too. That's why I didn't really like Godzilla that much.
You didn't like it so much you made like 4 Facebook posts in an hour.
Yeah.
Just about how much you hated it.
I was just sitting in.
I'm surprised you didn't tweet from the movie theater.
I was tweeting from the IHOP afterwards. I was just getting mad over my chicken and waffles. Just like,
oh man,
I spent $15 on that shit because I did the IMAX 3D, of course.
Well, there's your problem right there.
That's not the problem.
No, I'm saying it's.
Well, you spent so much money
Yeah.
that like you have higher standards that
going-
in order for you to feel like you got your money's worth.
I'm going to see it tomorrow, and I'm definitely gonna matinee it. I think.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
do it.
Then it'll be like $8 or $9 or something. Whatever the matinees cost here at our one movie
Are you doing
theater.
IMAX and stuff?
No.
Oh.
No thanks. There were very few movies I've ever wanted to see in IMAX. Some of them were not worth it.
Yeah.
So, looking at you, Avatar. But I think we've already talked about that.
Hey.
I don't know. I felt like IMAX was pretty cool for that movie. I mean, I wasn't one of those that walked out of the movie theater saying this was the best movie ever. Or I want to live on Pandora.
I like IMAX way more than I like 3D, but if IMAX with the 3D is the only option, then I'll do it. But if they have it just IMAX without 3D, that's my number one preference.
Generally speaking, if I have the option to do IMAX, 3D, or whatever, I'll always take it. Because the way I feel, I don't go to a lot of movies in theaters.
Yeah.
And I figure if I'm actually going to a movie, if it wasn't good enough to spend it on IMAX, it probably wasn't good enough to spend regular fare on
I will say that they are getting a lot better with like 3D post-processing and stuff now than they were a few years ago.
Is it still ugly and dark?
I mean, it's still kind of dim, but I'm not sure that there's much they can do about that. But I'm just talking about like the actual 3D effects and stuff. Even if it wasn't shot in 3D and was done in post, it still looks a lot better than it did a few years ago.
Part of the darkening is when it's not shot in 3D and they do it in post, right?
No, it's all about the camera or the projector.
Yeah, it's just the projector. Well, it's also the glasses, because if you take off the glasses, it's not as dark. Like it has to do something to do with the way the polarizing.
I thought that was one of the things with the last Airbender, though. Is like it was so dark because it wasn't shot in 3D.
I don't know.
And they did it all in post, and it made it like 3 shades darker.
The thing that I understand is that the projectors for 3D movies can be changed. Can be changed to not be 3D projectors, but there's like also a filter or something you have to put on that makes it a little darker, and people never take that out of laziness. And like that's how I understand it. I may be wrong. If you know the right answer, send the right answer
if you
to
work
podcast.
at a movie theater, tell us how that works.
Yeah.
Or I think projectionists aren't really around anymore either. I think
I think it's all automated.
I think so.
I mean, there are still theaters that do that, like the Summit, which is a movie theater that's been around for ever.
Used to be the movie theater to go to.
I mean, it is still a job that exists. There's just a lot less involved than there used to be. Like, you don't have to change reels anymore because it's all digital.
It's not the classic definition of it. I think it's all just kind of babysitting the reels.
You're not a projectionist. You're a babysitter.
I guess
especially since now, like
you're an IT guy.
The files are downloaded now. Like,
are they?
Some of them are. Yeah.
Wow.
I think Revenge of the Sith was...
buffer in the middle of the movie?
Well, I think Revenge of the Sith was actually the first one where it was delivered via like some kind of satellite download, which was why...
It gets lost in the cloud!
Which was why that stream was able to be intercepted, and that movie was leaked like within hours of it coming out, because like that stream was incredibly easy to intercept or something.
Yeah.
Which is why you're able to have a full theater quality version of the movie for the Backstroke of the West bootleg. It was a pretty quality bootleg, I think.
I think the only time I've ever, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this like 5 times before, but the only time that I have regretted not seeing an IMAX / and or 3D version of the movie was when I saw The Avengers. I kind of feel like if I had saw that in IMAX, it would have been awesome because it was already an awesome movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I was in the IMAX, I'd be like, holy shit, this is great. I wouldn't care if it was 3D, but if it was 3D, so be it.
I don't even remember if I saw The Avengers in the theater.
I saw it in like the corner theater, which is what they always give you when you get a matinee. So it was like the not the best screen with not the best sound.
Yeah.
And so I saw it and I was like, this movie's awesome. I wish it was bigger.
Yeah.
It was still great.
That is one thing I've noticed about IMAX is that I've never had to and never thought I need to tell somebody that this movie's too quiet. It's never too quiet.
It's always too quiet for me.
They've got the bass cranked all the way up on the IMAX things. Like, they want those seats to rumble.
Movies always seem too quiet to me when I go to the theaters. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even IMAX ones?
No. Well, actually, when we saw Dark Knight Rises and its midnight showing and everything,
the sound mixing on Dark Knight Rises period was a little wonky to me.
Maybe. Like, I didn't know if it was the movie or if it was the theater itself, but it seemed kind of off.
It didn't help that Bane sounded like he was talking right next to your head.
Bane's a lot easier to understand watching it like on some kind of home video format. Again, because in the theaters they had the bass cranked all the way up, so it's like he's speaking, but his voice is also so deep that it's rumbling my seat. So it's like I can't.
It also doesn't seem like it's coming from his body.
That too, yeah. There's no
Sounds like
there's no directional quality to it. It's just like they just plopped it in the mix right there.
Sounds like Bane's right next to you, just leaning in, telling you his lines.
Yeah, I remember that bothered
Whispering
me.
you to sleep.
Yeah, it was really weird because it sounded like it was really, really dubbed, which apparently it was, but it's just strange.
I wonder what it sounded like on set.
Apparently they had to do that because you couldn't hear him. It was even harder to hear him.
That's what I mean. It was just
Which, that reminds me, with the original Star Wars, have you ever seen any of the footage from the original movie before James Earl Jones's voice was dubbed over as Darth Vader?
Yeah, it was that angry British guy.
No. Yeah, it was a guy named David Prowse who he was the bodyguard guy in A Clockwork Orange that carries it was him in the suit. And he didn't know that his voice was getting dubbed over at the time, and I'm not sure they did either. So he performed all of his lines like as he should have.
Wasn't he in the suit too?
Yeah, he was the guy in the suit was also like doing all the lines and stuff too. And he sounds just like Rick Moranis in Spaceballs whenever he has the face shield down. Like, he sounds the same, just like, tell me where the rebels have gone. Like, it's just hilariously unintimidating.
Yep.
It's like, I don't even know if Spaceballs did that on purpose, but like, they sounded the same.
I thought there were 4 people that played, because there was the body, there was the head, and there was James Earl Jones.
There's the body, there's Dave Prowse, who's in the suit, there's James Earl Jones, there's Sebastian Shaw, who was the face, and then there was another guy who was like the stunts for the actual lightsaber fights and stuff.
Does Hayden Christensen count?
No.
I mean, technically, yes.
That was Anakin, that wasn't Darth Vader.
No, I'm saying, wasn't there an edition of the movie that came out in Return of the Jedi when he takes his helmet off, and it is?
No, I mean, he was in the suit at the end of...
They changed his eye color.
They changed his eye color, and they were like, oh, well, he was burned in a fire, so they digitally removed his eyebrows.
Okay.
Because that's a really important detail. Yeah. They're not going to buy this guy was burned if he has eyebrows.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Okay. I thought I remember at one point.
Now we're getting back into being internet mad. Let me tell you about Star Wars.
Yeah, I could get internet mad about Star Wars for a really long time, so I'm not going to do that. Let's just go to the next question. Next question is from Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hi.
What is your opinion on the net neutrality issue, and are you worried about the THAC website? I feel that you can either be pro-internet or anti-internet, and I feel that taking a neutral stance is inexcusable. That's my opinion on net neutrality.
That's your joke on net neutrality?
Yeah.
That's all you got?
What do you mean joke? That wasn't a joke. Fucking don't make light of this issue is really important.
We are the internet.
Basically what you're saying is you're either for us or you're against us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
If they do start doing internet fast lane things, I think we should put the THAC website on like a premium fast lane tier that's like $1,000 a month, because I want that tiny page to be able to load as fast as possible. I don't want to be put at a disadvantage.
Right. We have to be competitively priced.
We also don't want the plebeians to be viewing our premium content.
This is completely for the consumer's benefit too, obviously. It's to help people get the premium content that they want. It has nothing to do with the fact that we get paid $1,000 every time we load our site. That's just a side effect. Mm-hmm.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win-win-win.
They're doing us a favor.
Yeah.
By charging everyone more for things that they could get for free before.
Yeah. I can't... Okay, I promise I won't get political or anything, but something that I don't understand is how on earth you take something like that and spin it to be about the customers or whatever. Like, what... How do you...
That's what they get paid to do.
How do you do that? Like, how do you...
There is no benefit.
You go to college for that.
Yeah, you could write, like, a dissertation on why you can't do that. It's like saying...
No, you don't write why you can't do that. You say why you shouldn't do that, but you do it anyway.
I haven't seen any kind of argument for that, for getting rid of that says, like, this really benefits you. I don't know how you do that. Is there anything?
If you have any answers for Troy on that question about why getting rid of net neutrality would actually be good, please email podcast@THAC.tv.
It just, if for some reason net neutrality gets gotten rid of, what is the email going to look like that is sent out by, fucking Comcast or whatever that says, we're changing things and it's all for you? Like, I remember a week or two ago, Netflix increased their prices and said, they sent you an email saying, we're increasing our prices to get better shows or something, but you won't have, the price you have now is locked for 2 years or whatever. Yeah. Like, they said, it's being increased so we can fund more original shows, to get other things, more popular things, whatever. It'd be great if they could get HBO, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So, they gave a reason for that. What fucking reason is there that they're going to give, saying there's now a tiered service that you have to pay more for. It's completely different from what you have now that works 100% fine. If you have any answers, let me know. I'm calling you out, Comcast. Come get me, man.
Next question is from Steven. How come Brian is never on your podcast? Why don't you have him on an episode for a special? Brian,
he's an adult.
Brian has not been on our podcast because he has a big boy job. He is in Birmingham, which is another reason, which is about an hour away. He's actually he's not in nursing school. He's actually waiting for the results right now, but he's sort of doing the pre-med school and type stuff. So he's going to be...
Literally saving lives.
Yeah, he's going to be literally saving lives whenever we're doing this.
Whenever we actually set ourselves on fire, thinking it's a good idea.
So
we should have him around.
That's why Brian has not been on the podcast. But if he's ever available for one little Friday afternoon and he wants to come down, then I definitely think that he should be on at some point. I think that would be a good thing. Next question is from Tim, not me. What question would you like to be asked but haven't been asked yet?
What?
That's the question.
So
what question would you like to be asked but haven't been asked yet?
His question is, ask yourself a question.
Yeah.
How's it going, Troy? No one ever asked that. No one ever asked how I am. That's what I want to be asked. I just want someone to ask about my day.
I ask you every morning, how you doing, buddy?
You don't mean it. Oh. It's just a matter of habit now.
Oh.
There's no soul behind it. I can see it in your eyes. I can feel it in your soul.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Although there was what was the other thing you said you never get asked? Just what are you wearing?
Oh yeah.
But that's a lie because I ask you that all the time.
Even when you're sitting right next to me.
Yeah.
What should you be wearing right now?
Actually, I'm not going to ask you what you're wearing. I'm going to tell you what I wish you were wearing, which is nothing at all.
No, you got a birthday present. Tell everybody about your birthday present.
Oh!
Well, I mean, it doesn't really come across on the sound. You could just...
Fuck it. Ignore my future thing. Just take a picture of his shirt. That's the podcast.
Yes. Excuse me. Yes. You should do that. I'm getting hoarse. We've been talking so much.
Oh.
We're not podcast professionals. Yeah. Tomorrow's my birthday. And Tim showed up with the greatest shirt of all time and gave it to me. And I can't even explain it. You'll just have to make that the picture.
It can be your new con shirt, like my proud parent shirt.
Yeah, yes. It's okay. Well, I'll try to describe it. It is just. It is Robert Cop. It is Robert Cop 2 on a shirt.
It is a spoof of sort of unlicensed, sort of knockoff, like cheap foreign knockoff stuff. But instead of RoboCop, it says Robert Cop. And do you have it? Do you have it close by? I know you had it in your hand.
Well, I put it in the laundry.
Because I believe it's because you have a RoboCop sort of head, but then it also features. I think it is the body of the T-1000 from Terminator 2, but with C-3PO's head, and then it also has the robot from Short Circuit, whatever its name is again.
I can't remember its name.
And then was it Johnny Five?
Johnny Five.
Yeah.
And then the DeLorean from Back to the Future. It's all on one thing. It says Robert Cop 2 underneath it.
It's the greatest thing in the world. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Thank you for giving that to me, and thank you whoever made it, because you're a genius.
So last year I already hit the high water mark of birthday presents with Joseph's shirt last year, and now I've hit the high water mark for yours. So I think I can't really. I don't know how I'm going to outdo myself next year. I don't think
you have to give yourself something.
I've already peaked because Joseph's shirt. You guys might have seen him wear it a few times, but I saw. I think it was a Zazzle Poetry shirt, and it said it was said proud parent with like a picture of a little rat face on it. And I was like, that's good, but I can think of something better. So I found a picture of Joseph's dog, Rocket, that he'd tweeted a while back, and I cut out her face and replaced the rat with Rocket's face, and had that printed out. And that's been the official con shirt.
Yep.
When we went to LA and went to the set of the movie that's being made.
Oh, yeah.
Based on Marble Hornets, that's what Joseph wore.
Yep.
He wore that to meet the very fabulously wealthy guy that funded the movie. We met him with Joseph wearing the Proud Parent shirt, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yep.
The first time we met Doug Jones, he was wearing that.
And then they filmed the little interview with us in the backyard. Like, I don't know if they'll ever do anything with that. But if they do,
yeah,
Joseph will be wearing the Proud Parent shirt. Like, if it ever, if it comes out on DVD or something, and it's like, that's a bonus feature, is like, like, that's what'll be on the DVD, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yep.
I think that's our legacy.
Being a parent is the greatest thing I ever did with my life.
Yep.
Connor asks, hey guys, I was listening to you guys talk about the Blu-ray versions of Marble Hornets, and first of all, I'm excited. But I'm also just curious as to why you're putting out Season 1 in HD like this, since in an old interview you said it would look as bad as Pearl Harbor in HD.
Which looks really bad.
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, back in Best Buy, when they would actually have like a movie playing on all of their HD TVs, the go-to one where I lived was Pearl Harbor.
Like in the attack scene.
Yeah, in the attack scene.
Which is kind of fucked up if you think about it, but sorry.
And holy shit, that looked terrible.
Was it just the effects?
It looked like a soap opera. And you could tell everything that was computer generated looked like it was computer generated.
Part of that is probably because they had that smooth motion shit turned on, and I hate that.
Yeah.
That's
every single TV had it on.
Yeah, because like that's the stuff that you mainly want that on for like sports and stuff like that. But if you watch, movies are shot at a specific frame rate, and those are meant to smooth that over to make it look like it's a higher frame rate. So like, because I remember my parents had that on their TV whenever they got theirs, and they turned it on when they were watching an episode of Dexter, and it looked like a soap opera. Yeah. Anyway, to answer that question, Season 1 is going to be on the Blu-ray, as are the other two seasons, but it is not going to be in HD because it was not shot in HD. Seasons 2 and 3, I believe, were shot in 720p, but Season 1, all of the videos were shot in 480p, which is standard definition, or like that's the highest resolution that DVDs go up to. However, and I think we discussed this last time, but just in case, I'll reiterate. However, they will still look better than the ones on YouTube because those were rendered to be in the old square player, and so their aspect ratio is 4:3 or essentially square, and so they're not going to be letterboxed like they were on the old DVDs. That being, if you're watching it on a widescreen TV, the old DVD has the black bars on the top and on the sides because the bars were part of the picture.
Yeah.
But these, for the new releases, the DVDs and the Blu-ray, that aspect ratio will be fixed so that it will stretch to fit a widescreen TV. Like, there will not be,
it's not going to have any...
It'll be actual widescreen and not just letterbox this time.
Yeah. You can't make it look better than the way it was shot.
Yeah.
Basically. So it's not going to look like Pearl Harbor, I hope.
Season 1 will look better than on YouTube. Seasons 2 and 3 will look
about the same.
If
you turn on 720p option.
I know they're rendered in 720p, but I'm not sure if the video was shot in 720 or 1080.
It was shot in 1080, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so
or it was shot in 1440 by 1080.
Yeah. So if that's possible, if there's any discernible difference between those two when they're being rendered, then we can try to find a way to make them, they will look as good as possible.
You can shoot something in 1080p, and if the camera shooting it is still not very good, like the one we use on Marble Hornets, it's going to look bad either way.
Yeah.
It's just going to look bad in 1080p. Bad on purpose, mind you, but it's,
But yeah, Season 1 will still... It won't be HD, but it'll still look good. And I will say, after having seen the Blu-ray transfers, the titles...
The text.
The text are super shiny and sharp. So if you like really sharp looking words, I think that's the main.
The Blu-ray is for you.
The Blu-ray is for you. No jaggies at all.
This one goes out to all of our text fans.
Yeah.
All of our titles fans.
Big typography nuts.
Yep. I'm all about the sans serifs.
If they were typography nuts, they'd be too busy getting mad about the Tahoma.
they'd be too busy getting angry about Comic Sans. Let me tell you my internet opinions about Comic Sans.
Let's see here. Tyler asks, you mentioned before how you were going to do another audio commentary for the Season 1 DVD. Will you still leave the original commentary you recorded before on the remastered DVD?
No. There are
multiple reasons of that. Partly we don't like it very much. Partly
other reasons.
Other reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, we feel that we can do a lot better than that.
We can make it like an actual commentary instead of "Oops, we're drunk."
Yeah, actually informing about things. And there was that thing that I suggested.
We can make it available separately.
Ago. Yeah. Well, what I was going to say was that since I was not present for a lot of Season 1 for a good portion of it, I was more just acting at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I can maybe we can try sort of making it sort of like a interview type format. Not really an interview, but since I wasn't there for the making of this, I can ask you why you did things that way.
It'll give you something to do, because I'm pretty sure the last time we did it for Season 1, you fell asleep halfway through.
Yeah. I dozed off a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, where the old commentary. Are we just gonna?
We're also toying with the idea of, this isn't confirming anything. We're toying with the idea of making that new commentary separate, like a downloadable file for people that already bought the Season 1 DVD and don't want to, just want to hear the new commentary.
Yeah. They don't want any of the new content.
Yeah, they just want the new commentary. We're basically thinking about doing that to kind of give that to people for free.
And since we have the SoundCloud account for this podcast and everything,
I don't see why not.
Yeah, that could be a good delivery system.
All hypotheticals, though.
Yeah.
That's just kind of wishful thinking right now, but it seems doable, at least.
But that's just one of many, many things on our long-ass technical to-do list.
Well, luckily, that'll be an easy thing to do, because we're going to have to record that commentary anyway.
Right.
So we'll have the file. It's not like there's a time crunch on that.
Right.
There is a time crunch on literally everything else, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's stressing me out, man.
But yeah, that's all the questions that I got here. Is there anything else you can think to add? The one below that is the
Bobcat Goldthwait one. We've already talked about that. We've already discussed that. I don't know. Is there anything else you dudes want to say?
I feel like I've cooled down from being internet mad.
Yeah, I'm not as internet mad as I was before.
It's good to talk it out.
Yeah,
it's good to let your feelings be known.
I think we burned out a little too fast. Well, I say that it wasn't that fast. Yeah, that's. I think we've madded all we've needed to mad today. So thank you all for listening, and we hope to see you again next time. Next two.
not next week, but
next week, but the week after that.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
What a wet fart of an ending.